Hey there. So I'm not going to talk too much. This is basically the dream reading cards, awaken your intuitive subconscious. I'm basically doing an unboxing. I got the plastic off. Who wants to see that? But let's take a look inside the box. I'm really excited. This is the first time I'm going to be seeing the book, the cards, and all that stuff. So let's just jump right in. So, dream reading cards. So this is the box, the side of it. This is by Rockpool. And this is the back of the box for anybody that might be interested. The box has a magnetic open close. Okay, let's take a look inside. So we get this little piece of paper with the app thing that they like to advertise. This would be the book. Okay. And I guess these would be the cards. Pretty decent size, pretty big cards. And then just that insert that we get with some of the boxes. Okay, so putting that aside, let's take a quick look at the book and see what's in here. I like the size of this. This is nice. We have the contents. How to read, and it looks like it's colored, so that's really nice. Some spreads. Ooh, that's beautiful. I like that. I wonder if that's one of the cards. Probably. Remembering dreams. Okay, so I'm not that familiar with this deck. I bought it because I thought the art was beautiful, but it looks like it has two different themes. We have the dream cards in this deck. I hope you can see that. And then we have oracle cards. So, I mean, dream cards are oracle, like these are, this is an oracle deck, so these are just oracle cards anyways. But it's been kind of separated, and I'm not sure because I just opened this. I'm not really sure exactly what this is, but here's the dream cards. The dream cards show dreams that we all share. Dreams shine a torch on what you have suppressed in your conscious mind for many reasons. Once you begin to receive guidance from your inner self, you become the awakened dreamer. Nice. Okay, and then the second section for the oracle cards would be right there. So the oracle cards give you insight into what's going on in your emotional world. Each quote is from Rumi. Oh, nice. The famous 13th century Persian poet and Sufi mystic. The poetry complements the message on the card. Read and reflect. You will feel empowered to act on your dreams. Oh my God, I'm really loving this so far. I'm excited to get into this deck. I love that there's nice sized images, and this is all in color, so that is amazing. I love that. We have a decent sized description of each card, which is great. It doesn't seem to be overwhelming, but it's has some detail, which is fantastic. It looks like the dream cards have themes. Right there is what I'm referring to. And then weather. This card is about weather. And then, as you can see, small description here. So I don't know. I wonder, I think this might be a fun deck to work with. I wonder why the oracles don't have themes. But I guess this would be the quote from Rumi. Do not be satisfied with the stories that come before you unfold your own myth. Oh, I love that. And that's under journey. And Journey says, do things in a different way, take a new route, believe your life is only part of one long journey, be prepared for adventure. How cool is that? Yeah, I like this. So we have the beginning of the book as we went through it, then we have the table of contents in here. And then kind of like the how to read the dream cards. We have a spread, and then general meaning of dream cards, which is really cool, I think. And then as we went over this, what the dream cards are about, or the theme of the dream cards. And moving onward, so we have 22, it looks like there's 22 dream cards. And then the next section is the oracle cards, and that goes through until the end of the book. So that's the last card. And then we have about the author, and I wonder if the author is also the artist, because I don't see anybody else. And again, I'm not looking very closely because I'm recording this, so I don't really want to be here like creating dead space on video, but it looks like it's just one person. Okay, so I'm gonna put the book away and we're gonna take a look at the cards. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kind of go over them here, but I will do a 4K flip through of these cards where it's just a flip through. So if you're interested in seeing the whole deck, go ahead and look at that. But just to kind of give you an idea, this is the front, this is the back of the cards. Okay, so the dream cards, so it's like 2 decks in one. Okay, so we have, if you can see that, we have dreams and we have oracle. So the dream cards are pink and the oracle are blue, and they're both labeled on the back of the cards. And it looks like there's more oracle than dream cards, if you can kind of see that. I'd say probably half. And at this point, I'm actually going to check the book because I did see 52 oracle cards, but I thought that was just a continuation. So let me see where 52 starts, if it starts at number 1. No, okay, so the first oracle card starts on number 23 and it goes up to 52. So that's gonna be, if my math is correct, about 29 cards. 30, yeah, 29 cards, and the oracle and the dream card. So oracle have 29 and the dream cards have 22. Okay, so I was way off thinking about half. That's what, a 7 card difference, but it looks a lot more than that. So they're pretty big cards. I don't have tiny little hands. I don't think I have the largest hands, but they're not tiny. Probably a bit bigger than medium size, but then depending on your population, right? But anyway, I would say they're probably on the average for oracle to slightly larger than average for oracle cards. They're laminated, so maybe you can see the light bouncing off these cards. I don't think the lamination is terrible on these. It seems to be okay. Let me see if I kind of turn the light up a little bit. They don't seem to be terrible, like in terms of like lamination. It's not totally blinding, but of course, if you're familiar, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're not, lamination causes the light to reflect, so sometimes it can be difficult. I find with lamination also, it kind of like mutes the colors a little bit, and I kind of feel that happening here in this card. Just slightly. If I had a light shining directly on the card, I don't think that would be an issue. But looking at card number 2, it looks like the blacks are really black. Like there's a lot of, the contrast is beautiful in this card, and I feel like the lamination is not really an issue at all. Now that I'm looking at it, when I set it down, I can see kind of the light bouncing off, but like I said, it's not terrible. In terms of like thickness and stuff for the cards, they are kind of like, they're on the thinner side and they're kind of flimsy, but I think because of the lamination, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not really like, cardstock is not the most important thing to me, so I'm not like, I'm not gonna not buy a deck because it has like really bad cardstock. But I feel like they would be easy to shuffle too because of the lamination. I just feel like they would be really good to work with. I'm gonna give them a shuffle actually. Oh, nice. If anybody needs that message, naked. Do you feel exposed or outed in some way? What is making you feel inadequate, guilty, ashamed, or vulnerable? What do you need to release? So maybe that's somebody needed to get that there. That's a dream, by the way. If you dreamt, I think you can use that. Like if you dreamt of nakedness or something, then you can use this card probably to go and look. But again, I don't know. That would be in the book, I suppose. But let's see. I want to. The shuffle is pretty good. I like the way that they shuffle. What I wanted to do also is to kind of put them on screen to kind of show you like what would they look like in a reading, let's say, right? So like, let's say we're going to, if you kind of want to see like what they would look like randomly laid out. Okay, so I hope you can see that okay. So yeah, I don't know what else I can really say about this. I just kind of wanted to take a look. Like I said, I am going to do a flip for this deck. It's going to be in the, like each card flip through. I'm linking that in the description of this video as well if you want to watch the whole thing. And it won't have like the other aspects like the deck, the book, I mean the box, the book, or anything like that. It's or talking, it's just a flip. Here I'm just gonna go over the cards for you just so you can kind of see them if you just kind of want to take a quick glance. But like I said, if you want better flip through these cards, then go ahead and watch that. Hit that link, you'll get it, you'll get there, okay? So this deck looks really beautiful. I can't wait to work with it. Oh, God, that's gorgeous. Magic. Shift your focus to a positive view. We are all interconnected, linked by a magic thread. Believe in yourself. You have magic in you. Oh, man. It kind of just gave me shivers a little bit. Beautiful. Renewal, rebirth is making me think of Phoenix. Healing, I love that. Gratitude. Oh, okay, I love these. I love the images here. And I don't want to be all like, get into like what I think, whatever. So I'm trying to keep that to a minimum, but it's an interesting transformation. Okay, and there you have it. And I'm just gonna lastly say connection. Web, spider web, it's kind of, I don't know too much about it, but that I think that really does like speak to connection, and not just what I think what spider web speaks to, but I think like in certain spiritual like indigenous or like shamanic traditions, there's a very big connection to the spider web and what that means spiritually. So there is a very common like spider web definition of a spider web and what that means energetically and spiritually speaking. and it just seems fitting. So without me examining further and knowing everything there is to know, I just want to say, based on what I've seen, like a couple of things, like with this spider web and the, where was it, the transformation, right? Like with the butterfly, one of the other ones I saw here, it looks like the cards are the phoenix, renewal, rebirth. And even like with this one, with the healing, this makes me think of like some sort of Tai Chi, Qigong practices, like energetic flow practices. I just really feel like, just based on this very nurture, we have a tree, very sort of quick glance at these cards, I feel like they're kind of easy to understand in terms of like what's on the pictures. They're very much connected to what is the message on the cards themselves. So I think they might be kind of easy, depending on how you connect, obviously, because we're all different. But I feel like there is some archetypal stuff involved. Like the phoenix is known for transformation, or rebirth and stuff. The butterfly very often is known for transformative forces and energies. And so I feel like this is probably a really solid deck to use with, in terms of the imagery and stuff. And before I hit off this recording, I just kind of wanted to go over some of the messages on the cards too. So like, let's take action, for example. Action stands for, it's card 30. Take some form of action without regrets. Examine what is holding you back from taking action and cut it loose. You will get the most immediate results through acting decisively. No maybes. And I'm going to grab the book and we'll see what's actually in the book for this card as well, so you can kind of get a fuller picture of what this is about. These are, by the way, the oracle cards. So let's see, card number 30. Okay, action. Why should I say at the bottom, why should I stay at the bottom of a well when a strong rope is in my hands? So that would be the quote by Rumi, I bet. Okay, and then the description. If you don't want to hear me reading, just maybe mute it. And if you just want to read for yourself what's in the book, then go ahead. But I'm going to read this too. So the card description from the book. Take action. It is not the time to procrastinate or hesitate. You are ready even if you feel that there are blockages in your way. Move forward. Change will take place quickly as you act on your new plans. You have been waiting for this opportunity to take on a new energy, and right now is the best time to move forward. Face your fears and forge ahead. Fate and destiny have been waiting for you to move toward this space for a while now. Action truly creates momentum, and as you get moving, everything else that was on hold will now fall into place. You've contemplated, you've meditated, you've sought advice, you've waited, and now it's time to do, or to act. Do it now. Energy will shift and the spirit will work with you to achieve that which is for your highest good. Do not back down and do not avoid what you know you must do. It is a turning point in your life. You will gain strength and wisdom through your decisiveness. Leave that job that no longer holds interest for you. Cut loose those relationships that offer no support. Act with integrity. Act mindfully. Act like the person you want to become. I love this. This is so inspirational, and I feel like it's just so to the point and just, it's probably resonating with me, I want to say, but also just the way it's written. I just love it. There's no wishy-washiness about this. There's so much truth in this. I feel like I think what I feel is like every sentence in this has been created with very like with a mindful mind, like a purpose. It's not just writing things just for the sake of having a description. I feel like this is very purposeful, and it's very cool how I mean, it's pretty standard that, you know, your oracle cards will come with descriptions, and some of them have a lot more than this, some of them have less. But I think it's really neat how we have the image, and I don't know, is this there's a tattoo on her arm. I can't really tell what this is. It's either like a dragon, I think it's a dragon, maybe a snake. I think it's a dragon. I'm not that familiar with symbology, so I can't really speak to that, but I wonder if there's not a lot of symbology in this card as well, or in these cards, in like if they're not full of symbology, because I know I kind of mentioned it before, but there might be some hidden, or not hidden, but if you know what you're looking for. But there could be some, there probably is what I'm saying, some symbology. Wow, that was very long-winded. My apologies about that, but basically I love how we have, there's no borders, it's just so full of color and saturated with color, and we have these big large images where there's kind of like, in some of them a lot going on, but also there's a lot of focus in on what the image is depicting. And then we get the keyword, we get a bit of a description for the card, and then we get a Rumi quote, and then we get a fuller description within the book, which is so cool. And I love, actually, now I'm like really getting into this. I love how the numbers on the cards, like they're pretty large, but they're not taking away from the visual of the cards. I feel like these are so well made, to be honest. Like the more I'm looking at them, the more I'm like discovering there's so much I love about this. They're each one, like if we're looking at the oracles, they have like a blue theme, and it just kind of fades, right? And the image of the card just kind of fades into the bottom fades into the top, and it's just so cool. And it's like, you know that if you know these cards, right, you'll know this is the oracle set, and you'll know that this is the dream set because of the color on the bottom of the card plus the back, right? But which I love this image, by the way. But if you're looking at, you know, side by side, you're never like, oh, which theme am I at? Not that, I mean, maybe it might make a difference, maybe not, but I just feel like that's really cool. That's really well done. I feel like that shows the thought that must have went into creating these cards. And I think what I want to say, I don't know nothing about the author. I don't know anything about the process that went into creating these, but I feel like there was a lot of thought that was put in this, and I feel like this project was really meaningful to whoever created it. That's just what I think. Like I said, I don't know anything about the author. I have nothing to gain by saying these things. I just wanted to do a video because I love cards, and this is fun for me. And I feel like I can sort of maybe justify buying them if I can actually do something with them, in terms of like, well, using them obviously, but also like maybe if I can just record videos and help somebody make a decision if they want to purchase a deck, or if they just want to randomly watch a video of me talking. But yeah, I just love it. Oh, and the other thing, I didn't notice this initially, but there's a difference actually between how the numbers are depicted too in the dream versus oracle. So if you look, the dream cards, they have like purple, I think, purple colored numbers, and the oracle cards have white, and also what they're in, the circle that they're in is different. So there's some differences between these two, in as far as we're looking at that. So that's really cool. I like that too. But yeah, what else? There was something else I wanted to say, but I just love how it just kind of like, you're getting like two decks in one. I mean, usually Oracle have like 35 maybe cards, depending on the deck. But even if you got an Oracle deck with 22 cards, that would be considered an Oracle deck. Kind of smallish, I would say. But I bet you there's like Oracle decks that exist that only have like about 20 something cards, closer to the 20 versus 30. So I just think that's really cool. Now, I do feel like there's been a lot of thought that's been put into this, and let me take a description of, check a description of another, I actually wanted to look at card 32, so if I can maybe find that. Where did it go? It was it was like the second from the top. There it is, 32. So we'll take a look at it from inside the book as well. So we have courage / boldness. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Now I remember what I wanted to say. I really think how cool it is also that like the keywords on these cards are really quite large and they're so visible. It's like you don't have to kind of be like, what's that card? Like it's right there in your face. The numbers are easy to see. The keywords are easy to see of the cards, but they're not taking away from the visual. It's like it's just done in such a way, I feel, that they're not intrusive to what you're looking at, but they're not hard to find either. So it's like you have your image. It's like this, I just love it. Like this, my brain likes this setup. It really does. The numbers are easy to find. The keywords are easy to find. You get a really beautiful, well-sized image that's easy to see, that's vibrant, even though some of these cards have darkness in them. Like not darkness like depressiveness, but like this is kind of dark, right? But you're not struggling to see what's inside that card. Like with some cards, I find that it's kind of hard and you're like, you really have to look close. Things are big. You're not like, what's that little detail in there? You can see things, you know, even though I was like, I don't know if that's a dragon. That's like kind of a one-off, and like it can obviously happen in any deck, but I think it's mostly because I haven't seen the card before and I don't want to like sit there looking when I'm trying to kind of record a video. But even this, like there's kind of a bit going on in this card. It's not overwhelming, but there's more than one thing going on in this card, but it's like that information doesn't get lost and it's kind of easy to see too. So that's sort of what I mean. It's just really cool. You have more than one thing going on. Like look at this card. We have an ocean, a moon, some rocks. We have this beautiful, I want to say unicorn, but I don't see that here. Angel horse. What this is, I don't know. Maybe in the book it says we have an owl. Like so cool. I love this deck. Okay, but having said that, let's take a look at the card number 32. So this is courage / boldness. And it says, step into courage despite your fears. Be willing to take a risk in order to gain more. Speak your truth. So those are kind of the keywords for the card, the, I guess, gist of the card. And then we have the description in the book. So the Rumi quote would be, run from what's comfortable, forget safety, live where you fear to live, destroy your reputation, be notorious. By the way, I am guessing that these are the Rumi quotes, because where did I don't even remember where I saw that there's Rumi quotes, but I'm pretty sure that's the quote. I'm pretty sure the quotes are here and not in the Dream Oracle cards. I'm guessing. If these are not, please don't hold that against me, because like I said, I haven't looked at this before. This is the first time I'm looking at it. So I'm making a very giant, basically, assumption that this is where the quotes are. Okay, but if I'm wrong, my apologies. And having said that, let's take a look at the description. So What it says in the book: you have the strength and determination to invite boldness and courage into your life. To be courageous does not necessarily mean that you do not feel that fear. You just go ahead and do what you have to do anyway. You are ready to take up new options as a change in your circumstances forces you to find the voice within. Whether you need to move house, severe relationships, call it quits, take a stand, or fight for an injustice, you will boldly follow through with your plans. You are tempted not to rock the boat, but by not standing up for yourself, you will lose yourself. Speak your truth. Don't hold back. Shine a torch for others too. Be bold and discard the old Be bold and discard the old you that was too afraid to make waves. Instead, dare to make changes and lead the way. Dare to claim your power and stand firm in your own authenticity. You are no longer dependent on authority figures telling you what to do and who to be. Be brave, heroic, and inspiring to others. It is a test of courage from which you will emerge fully aware and ready to tackle future obstacles. I love this. This is so empowering. I don't know if you're watching this and you're on the fence. I hope this is helping. I'm just going to show you quickly one more from the Dream Oracle, or from the Dream section of the card. We have card number 4, Flying, Falling. And I'm going to try to find the card so I can show you the card to you. But in the book, flying, falling are images of escaping the laws of gravity, not feeling supported, and craving freedom. The theme for this card is flying on a plane, parachuting, gliding, free fall, flying, being airborne, falling off a cliff, falling into an abyss, water, or a pit. And then it says flying. The exhilarating sensation of freedom in a flying dream is telling you that you want to escape from limitations in your waking life. Job dissatisfaction, money issues, or relationship commitments could be holding you back from being who you really want to be, or from where you'd like to go. The dream indicates your need for independence and a craving for new experiences. Chances are that you want to explore new horizons and follow your passion. If you are a passenger in a plane, you are relying on others to get you where you want to go. How you fly to reach your destination reflects your real life goals. Examine the images carefully. They will reveal how you see your life journey, or perhaps how you wish it were. If you're dreaming about falling is a common anxiety dream. It comes at a time when you are feeling insecure and lack confidence in the direction you're taking. It indicates that you need to feel supported and that in some way you feel alone, isolated, lack of control, and are misunderstood in your waking life. Maybe you're embarking on a new activity, relationship, or job that nobody else believes in. Falling in love can also make you feel that you are not in control. If you jump off the edge, it indicates that you are either pushing yourself too hard to reach your goals, or that a situation is pushing you over the edge. Falling and waking up before you hit the ground means that whatever issues you are struggling with in real life, you will overcome without too much effort. Okay, so that is an example of a dream card from this deck. Here is the actual card. I hope you can see that okay. Here's the description that you get at the bottom of the small little blurb you get at the bottom of the card. So this is the deck. Like I said, I hope it's helpful. I want to mention also the book is laminated as well. So again, probably the camera picked up on this a little bit. I'm focused on reading, so I'm not really looking for what is showing on camera because I'm looking at the book, right? But you might have noticed some glares, light bouncing off. So these are laminated pages, which is nice, but also be aware of that light reflection, right? And I just wanted to also say the end of the passage in the book has this line going through it, just like on the cards. So again, there's so much continuity here within this deck. I really love it, and I really like how it has that, because it's a signifier that there is nothing further to read, which is really cool. I don't think there's any page in this book for the card descriptions that goes beyond 2 pages. So I don't think any card will have more information when you flip the page, but it's just really nice to kind of have that as a symbol or signifier that the description of the card has ended. That's really helpful actually for cards that have more than 1 page. That would be really great to have. Now, as I'm saying this and flipping through, I can see that this card, for example, card number 15, 14, 15, 16, and there may be more, do not actually have those lines. So that's a little bit disappointing. Card number 17, but I guess it is what it is. They wanted to get the space. Definitely not a deal breaker for me. I am a little bit surprised because it feels like there's been so much work and thought that's been put into this deck, the way that it's made, designed, and everything. That kind of surprises me, but it is what it is. Not a deal breaker. It's completely fine, and as long as you know that there's no more information on the other side of that page, then you know. Anyway, lastly, I just want to say, and I hope you can kind of see this, just as the cards, the oracle cards have a blue theme and the dream cards have kind of like a pinkish, lavenderish theme, so do the edges of the books. If you can kind of see, we have a blue and then we have that kind of lavender pink, and they actually also just kind of, I hope the light is picking this up, they actually just kind of blend off too. They kind of phase out, so that's really nice. At the top of the book you can really kind of get up and see there we go, you can kind of see that, right? These would be the dream and then the oracle cards. So there you have it. I think that's all I'm gonna say. This is a nice, decent sized book. It has how many pages? Quite a few. Quite a few pages, and even the page numbers have their own little, I guess you can't really see that, they have their own little kind of symbol surrounding, why won't my camera focus, surrounding the number. You can, if you can see that. So very cool. Very cool deck. I like it. Can't wait to work with it, see what comes up. Really love what's in the book. I don't always love the books. I feel like this would be a good book to actually go into. A lot of times I like to work with the cards and just kind of get like my intuitive impressions and see what I can get, but with this particular deck, the way, from what I've seen from the book so far, I feel like this is one of those decks that I would actually read the book to see what's in there, because that information I feel is very solid, very cool, very good, very helpful. So I'm gonna finish it there. Thank you for watching, for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed this, or it helped you kind of make a choice if you were on the fence of buying this deck or not. And if you're just watching for enjoyment, then thanks. And I hope you watch more of my stuff. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope to catch you next time. Bye.